right. Welcome, everybody. We've got some scenery design today. So we fade out the music. We got some scenery design going on today. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to be working in the good old Microsoft Flight Simulator dev mode. You know what? Let's get a little ambiance, shall we? A little ambiance. That's ambiance. That's what I was saying. I'm not doing face cam today because it just gets in the way, and it's kind of just a chill, laid back morning here. I want to get us something to listen to. What shall we do? What shall we do? Alright. I used to do this on Twitch. This is actually how I got started Twitch streaming, so it's kind of just a cool kickback, play in the background type of thing. People like to tune in at work and whatnot, so I'm all for it. I think we got it set up here. Actually, let's not do it that way. Let's go with that. I don't need that. Get rid of the ad. Open file. There we go. Alright, you're not hearing this. I gotta change the audio device to... There we go.
No delay past high speed, Delta 490. RNAV, virtual runway 8 right, let's take off.
Little Atlanta Tower in the background. That'll be nice.
120 Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait. Lap 1 8 right, Delta 2120.
Alright, so let's line up, see where we are here.
5471, contact.
Minimize that. Point up. Alright, so here's the airport. Go to the inspector view. See, we got runway. We've got runway. We've got runway. Yesterday morning, I didn't do it on stream, but I finished the blast pad and all the little yellow tick marks, little shoulder marks here. Go along the airport, sorry, the runway. Really, really easy to draw those, by the way. And I'll show you how those are done. It's pretty simple. Just go over to the object menu, find the painted line here, which they go to painted line. Scenery painted line, and we're looking for yellow, wide yellow. You can hit click add. Let's make sure we're in the scenery editor here. It's probably just going to put it down here on the side. We're going to click add, and exactly what it did, and you got to do a control click. So control click, control click, control click, control click. Do a double click, and it ends it. And there's your line. And you can select this line. This is a lot like the Blender controls here, if you're familiar. Just drag that thing around, do whatever you want with it. You can select individual nodes. You can remove the points. Do stuff like that. Subdivide it so there's another one halfway in between. You select an individual one and just move that. This is kind of a fun one here. Woo. Longer. Higher. It doesn't work for painted lines, obviously. So anyway, that's how you do all that. And we're just going to go ahead and...
6233, turn right taxi via Bravo Victor on Victor, contact ground point 9.
Delete that. Oops. Daisy do. We're not going to do that. Okay, we're going to select this, that painted line, and we're going to delete that painted line. Okay, so with that, delete. There we go. It's gone. So you see I've got my kind of hierarchy here. The polygon one no one cares about. But anyway. Really easy to do. So let's get reset here. Object's gone. Back in inspector mode so you don't see all the edges and stuff. So that's what I've done so far. Did not do that blast pad. Gonna have to do some blast pads here. So there's a little bit of a trick that I've been using to do the threshold markers. And you can see there's this nice thick line there that I've got to recreate.
6233, keep your speed up past Charlie, please. 6233. About 1144, contact first.
1144, y'all have a nice day. Take care.
2.
On accurate, 29 left line 2, clear takeoff.
RNAV Chris, 9 left, line 2, clear for takeoff, Delta 1830.
So the 428 on the Papa Loop, code short, 29 left.
Code short, 9 left, Papa Delta 428.
So the 1424, line of ground, 29 left line 2, line of place.
9 left, line 2, line 48, Delta 1424.
So the 2815, contact line departure.
.1126, RNAV Herschel, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
1126.
That's it, 145, line of tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait, traffic will be downfield.
Line up and wait, 8 right, Endeavor 5145.
Delta 1711, taxi via the Victor Loop, keep speed up past Charlie for traffic, please.
Victor Loop will do it, Delta 1711.
On accurate, 29 left line 2, clear takeoff.
Unknown to Chris, 9 left, line 2, clear for takeoff, Delta 1424.
So the 306, line of ground, 29 left line 2, line of place. 9 left, Mike 2, line up and wait, Delta 306.
For 5145, RNAV Ronnie, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff. Break, clear for takeoff, there, 5145. RNAV Ronnie. Strength 233, line of tower, runway 8 right, line of wait.
Line up and wait is right, fairway 233.
Delta 2559, contact departure seat.
Departure seat, 2529.
1830, contact line of departure. On air lightest, from now left Mike 2, clear for takeoff. Or 9 left at Mike 2, cleared for takeoff, Delta 306. Total 1958, and line of ground, now left Mike 2, line of wait.
9 left, line 2, line 48, Delta 1958.
8 right, line up away, Delta 2394. Delta 1126, contact departure seat.
For departure, Delta 1126.
Delta 428, Papa, join, or cross 9 left and throwing lane with Delta.
All right, sorry, I had some visitors in the room making some noise. Anywho.
1958 on air grid, swing now left Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
We are.
Delta 1958.
What was I doing? Okay. Down. Down. Zoom.
1424, contact line of departure.
Got this line. Now I want to see if I can find a way to duplicate this. Wait, there's a button right there for it. Duplicated. And drag that down to there. Very nice. And I'll duplicate that one. Drag that one down to there. So it's all the same angle.
306,
I think we'll find that when I turn this runway back on,
Get our nav, Ronnie, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
838.
74814, land tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
we have what is essentially a
right, line up weight and A firm weight and maintain visual separation.
String 260, contact departure to you.
Perfectly painted line.
2 on the tower,
Right,
now left
right.
2 line up weight.
Ish.
I left Mike 2.
It runs some runway in there, so we'll just stay there. Okay.
Total 1958, contact land departure.
So how does that look in inspector mode? That looks better.
4814, maintain visual separation, departing Airbus 321, RNAV Ronnie, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Ronnie, visual separation and 8 right, clear for takeoff. Never 4814.
Alright, so in the scene editor we got the painted lines, we're taking those off.
Delta 656, line up and wait, 8 right, weak.
Hiding the lines so you can't see them.
Delta 2394, contact departure to you.
Delta 2394, departure.
Number 4765, land tower 1080 with 9 Augusta 14, runway 8 left for land.
So we're all just copies, so anyway, we'll save that.
4765, perfect, runway 8 left for land.
There you go. Save all that work.
1692 on that grid, from 9 left line 2, clear for takeoff.
It looks pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect. You got it. It looks like a line, a painted line, and you put two painted lines, and it overlaps a little bit better, and it, yeah, it looks like a wider line. So we're gonna have to. I might have to fix that up, touch that up a tad later.
2128, Atlantis Tower, runway 8 right, line up, wait, verify.
That's how we do that. That's how we make these threshold marks. I don't know what to do about this. This is just a mess. So come over to the other side here. And we got kind of the same thing we're presented with.
Rico 4740 with the 8 left.
Rico 4740, land tower, wind 07010, gust 14, runway 8 left for land number 2.
Line number 2, 8 left, Rico 4740.
230, turn left on
Let's
the
double click here and it gives us a nice top down view. Rotate and zoom in. Okay.
2128 RNAV.
So we're back in the painted lines folder. I want to make sure I select the last painted line so that when I hit a new one, it also puts it in the same folder. Hit enter. We're done with that. Now I just want to move these individual nodes so that we're right on the edge there. The right angle set for this line. There we go. Then we'll duplicate.
4765, turn right at high speed taxi Victor Loop.
Right, high speed, Victor Loop.
Go, we got the
415 on that lighter, from 9 left line 2, clear for takeoff.
9 left Mike 2, clear to take out, that was 415.
nice. And one more duplicate.
Runway 8 right, clear to take off.
That's 28, 10 8.
Delta 2785, line of tower, verify you maintain visual separation with southwest, runway 8 right, line of weight.
And maintain visual separation, line of weight 8 right, Delta 2785.
A lot of visual stuff being used there. All right, that looks good. Go to inspector mode, and that looks like a solid white line right there. That is the best one. Okay, so now I want to turn the actual runway back on. Make sure that the overlap here works nicely. That's pretty good.
Departing, Boeing 737, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, RNAV Ronnie.
What do we need to work on with that, though? Make sure this goes all the way down to the bottom.
Line up for weight, 8 right, southwest 596.
So 408, Atlanta Tower, runway 8 left, cleared to land, wind 07011.
8 left, clear land, Delta 408.
So for this one, maybe we just need to have it just touch
415, contact Atlanta departure.
bottom there.
96,
I don't like the way that looks.
right, clear to take off.
I want it to be a little more randomized than that, but that should do.
Right, line weight, Delta 2336.
Southwest 1086, contact departure to you.
Looks good from afar, which is what we're going for. looks nice.
4740, turn right at the high speed, taxi Bravo Victor on Victor, contact ground point 9er.
Point 9er, Brickyard 4740.
Okay. Come over to this side. Check that out again.
525 Lima, Atlanta Tower, taxi up to hold short of runway 8 left.
South 08 left. Morning, Atlanta Southwest 348 at Shell.
Okay.
230 cross, main 9 left at Papa, join Lima, ground point 75.
I haven't done that one yet.
Lima, over to ground
I think I did this side. No. Somewhere I thought I did this already.
348.
Delta 2785, kind of departure, have a great day.
2785, over departure condition.
Ah, that's where.
No problem. Have a great one, guys.
2 line of wait.
Alright, back to scenery. Save that scenery. I always gotta save these things.
Runway 8 right, you're clear for takeoff.
Oh, where have I gone?
2336.
There we go.
2078, Atlanta Tower, runway
Sorry, the
8
quickness
right,
of which I'm zooming around here. Excuse me.
2078, runway 8 right,
Alright, done on 1432 right now. Let's go to 23 left, 5 right.
Wait, runway 8 right, Delta 2078.
Brickyard 4740 at hotel, give way to the citation right to left, please.
Okay, give way to citation at Hotel Brickyard 4740.
Citation 525 Lima.
Alright, it's gonna be interesting because we got all of this working here. Which is why I put the runway on the top layer here. So when they layer these on, all the painted lines go underneath the aprons. They go all sort of a nice... I guess they don't go underneath aprons, they go above aprons. But everything gets layered below the runways. Except here, apparently. I don't know what that's all about. Might have to figure something out here for this. Painted lines. Alright, so adding to painted line, I'm going to do a line from here to there. Gotta figure out how to
2078, RNAV to Herschel, runway 8 right, you're clear for
get
takeoff.
that above. It's the weird layering of the paints here.
525 Lima, Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right,
Okay, so there's a hierarchy, it looks like. Maybe not.
Right on Bravo, taxi to the Victor Loop, have a fantastic day.
Bravo Victor Loop. You have
I
great
don't
day,
like
Bravo
this.
48.
Atlanta Tower, FA04.
FA04 Atlanta Tower.
I'm at that 8 left relax level to proceed to Alpha 3 to exit the field, remain out all runway waiting away attacking aircraft.
FA04, please request.
Proceed to the present FA04.
Delta 2336, contact departure, have a fantastic day.
You too, Delta 2336.
Alright, try to duplicate our efforts here. So it really just wants to put that yellow one on top. Where's this line?
525 Lima, RNAV to Skinner, runway 8 right, you're clear for
Wherever
takeoff.
that line is, it is locked. I see what's going on. Okay, so these are all locked for some reason. That's what the problem is. So let's take this one.
Runway 10,
transfer 3247.
2492, runway 9 left, 2 line of wait.
I'm left like 2 lines away.
I see this worked. Why doesn't this one work? This one went below. Why didn't this one go below? Ugh.
Delta 1001 Shell for 8 left.
Delta 1001 Atlanta Tower, good morning, runway 8 left, wind 080 at 8, just 14, you're clear to land.
Clear to land 8 left, Delta 1001.
Curious.
Number 25 Lima, contact departure will be 125.65. See ya.
Atlanta Tower, FA04 is on the field.
FA04, roger, thank you.
FAA, by the way, is just their tech ops call signs for vehicles.
1725, RNAV to Ronnie, runway 8 right.
That looks pretty good to me.
RNAV Ronnie, clear for takeoff 8 right, Delta 1725.
Number 4885, Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Runway 8 right, there, 48.
Except for this, I don't understand what's going on with that. It doesn't make sense.
1963 Atlanta Tower, wind 080 at 9, gust 14, runway 9 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 9, Delta
2492 on
Oh, that's way off.
runway 9 left, Mike 2, clear takeoff.
Evergrid's 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff, Delta 2492.
Southwest 2643 Atlanta Tower, runway 9 left, Mike 2, minus Mike 2.
Runway 9 left, Mike 2, Southwest 2643. Tower Delta 326, shell 8 left.
Alright, and it goes the wrong way.
Tower, good morning, runway 8 left, the wind 080.
Fine tuning.
Let's
Let's do
Clear
that.
to land, runway 8 left, Delta 326.
For 4885, RNAV to Ronnie, runway 8 right, you're clear for takeoff.
5.
Delta 982, on tower, 8 right, on the way.
8 right, line of way, Delta 992.
What's going on here? Why can't I select this? I want that line. That node. There we go.
Transport 3247 heavy, turn left on Sierra Golf, right on Sierra Juliet.
And then right on Sierra Juliet for transport 3247 now.
2643 on that grid, and now left Mike 2, clear takeoff.
RNAV grid, clear for takeoff, 9 left, Mike 2, Southwest 2643.
Southwest 1242 Atlanta Tower, right now
Alright, I
left
think
Mike 2.
that'll have to
Left,
do.
Mike 2, line up away, Southwest 1242.
That's a bit cricket, isn't it?
2492, contact Atlanta departure.
So long, Delta 2492.
Alright, now what did I do here? Let's see. The runway itself.
Wind 080 at 9, gust 14, runway 9 right,
Let's
clear
do this. We'll lock this whole thing
Clear to land,
except
9
for
left.
the actual runway object.
And Tower Delta 250, we're ready for taxi, or ready for takeoff.
Delta 08, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
8 right, line up and wait, Delta 250.
Delta 1001, right on Bravo, time to give the Victor Loop, have a good day.
Bravo, Victor Loop, Delta 1001 today.
Endeavor 4885, front edge have a great one.
Over Park, 4885.
Hold him short and give him way to you, sir. I can't tell from here, but he is obligated to give way to you.
Okay, we got start points.
Southwest 1242 on that grid, runway 9 left Mike 2, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 9 left, that Mike 2 on the grid, Southwest 1242.
How do I...
Southwest 747, I'm out of town, runway 9 left Mike 2, not a place.
9 left, Mike 2, line up and wait, Southwest 747.
West 2643, contact Atlanta departure.
Good day.
Turn left on November, hold short of Papa.
Left on over, short of Papa, Delta 1763.
Okay, so let's go
982, front edge have a great
put
day.
that back. Now we've got the controls for this. There we go.
Right on Bravo, taxi to the Victor Loop, have a fantastic day.
Right on Bravo, Victor Loop, Delta 326, good day.
Now I think if I go to materials, I can...
RNAV to Ronnie, 8 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 250.
Endeavor 4973, on tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
8 right, line up point, Delta 4973.
Pavements.
Up RNAV grid, 740, Southwest 747.
Southwest 2656 Atlanta Tower, runway 9 left Mike 2, not a place.
9 left, Mike 2, line point, Southwest 26.
Markings. There's like a hide pavement or something like that.
Romeo, South Cargo, Air Transport 3247 now.
Sir, you can call them on 2295 right now. Let them know you get it now.
Will do, thank you.
Southwest 1242, contact Atlanta departure.
South 1242.
1475, going to Papa Loop, hold short, runway 9 left.
Papa Loop, hold short 9 left, Delta 1475.
Where is it?
4973, RNAV nav to Herschel, runway 8 right, you're clear for takeoff.
Thought there's a way to make this not visible.
Delta 2590, Atlanta Tower, good morning, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
8 right, line up away, Delta 2590.
West 2656 on that bridge, may 9 left Mike 2, clear takeoff.
RNAV Bridge 2, takeoff, 9 left Mike 2, Southwest 2656.
Delta 2278, line of ground, may 9 left Mike 2, 9 left wait.
Delta 2278, line up and wait, 9 left Mike 2.
Delta
That was it.
5531,
Okay.
left tower, wind 0705, runway 9 right to the land.
9 right, clear to land, 530.
Southwest 747, contact our line of departure.
Alright, so we've got the runway to stop there. Trying to just line it up so that we can get all these markings to line up as best we can.
Delta 2590, RNAV to Herschel, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
2590.
Delta 2210, Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Oscillate 8 right, Delta 2210.
2278 on that bridge, may 9 left Mike 2, clear takeoff.
Delta 2278.
Southwest 2497, Atlanta tower, may 9 left Mike 2, 9 left wait.
9 left Mike 2, left wait, Southwest 2497.
Delta 1763 down that Papa, cross, may 9 left, on Lima, ground 0.75.
Alright, Papa, cross 9 left, Lima, ground point 75, Delta 7063.
Southwest 2656, contact our line of departure.
Start South 2656.
2210, RNAV to Ronnie, runway 8 right, you're clear for takeoff. Endeavor 4973, contact departure, great day. Delta 1992, Atlanta ground, request Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait.
Just trying to
Line up
move
wait,
it.
8 right, Delta
Just kind of line these bars up.
Mike 2,
It's
clear
about as
takeoff.
close as it's going to get.
Take off Southwest 2497.
74825.
Got the edge node here.
Line up Mike 2, line up and wait.
That wasn't it. There it is, that one.
FA04 plus.
I'm at the west end of Bravo with the proceed eastbound Bravo to the 8 right black slope and then up all runway with the way attacking aircraft.
FA04, this is your departure.
See that request that is
As long as the center lines line up, I think we've got things pretty good here.
Occasional gust of 14, may 9 right to the
This, the photo underneath is not going to be perfectly square.
2377.
A left, wind 080 at 8, you're clear to land, number 2. Delta 2590, contact departure, great day.
See, as we get closer to the end, everything kind of lines up nicely. Those bars are pretty well lined up.
4825 on that bridge, may 9 left Mike 2, clear takeoff.
But the center lines are very, 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 very close.
4709 Atlanta tower, may 9 left Mike 2, line up wait, try to
It's just a little bit of
9 left Mike 2, lap and wait.
turn out to the right I need to do.
$14.20, 1475, cross 9 left, at Papa John Lima, ground 0.75.
275.
What do we think there?
Delta 2210, contact departure, have a good day.
So 5531, traffic holding in position at Sierra, cross 9 left, on Mike, ground 0.75.
You're cross 9 or left, Mike 0.75 and American 530.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Good departure, Southwest 197 day.
Good morning, runway 8 left, the wind 090 at 7, you're clear to land.
About 1601 of the Bernie Center, right? 1601 Atlanta tower, wind 080 at 8, may 9 right to land.
9 right, clear to land, 1601.
Yeah, I feel like I've slid this thing over too much.
Delta 1992, contact departure, have a great day.
Delta 1992, slow.
Endeavor 53, 93 at taxiway Delta, call family 8 right, join taxiway Foxtrot, contact ground point under.
Cut across 8 right, Delta, join Foxtrot, ground point line 5293.
Alright, Delta 2564, visual 8 left.
That lines it up better.
2554, Atlanta Tower, 8 left, wind 080 at 900, clear to land.
Clear land, 8 left, Delta 20.
So this is kind of an interesting view. See what it would look like if we didn't put the runways on there at all, like the runway textures. Just left the paint. It's not bad, really. So that puts the shoulder paint on, and then for the runway, turn that back on. I do like that. I think that looks better. All right, we'll stick with that. It's just more consistent. It makes everything stand out a little bit better. This just looks all sorts of lopsided. I'm not happy with that. Kind of move these lines out of the way. That's still all crooked. Why does this threshold have to be so crooked? So strange. Isn't that strange? It's strange how crooked this thing is. Let's unlock the runway. It's bumpy, it's humped. I mean, there's definitely a grade to this runway, and there's a unfortunate bow to it, which is good for runoff of water and stuff like that. But that's actually one of the things they're working on right now, is everything from here down is being repaved, completely like torn up and repaved because of the grade problems. So I would assume that will either get fixed or just won't exist anymore when that's all said and done. Alright, let's unlock the apron because I want to change the edge of this one to better conform with the new edge of the runway. I think that actually fits a little better anyhow. And I'm okay with underdoing it. Like, these notes don't have to be perfect because it's actually kind of better, I think, if the edge of this pavement kind of shows through on the edge. So you can see sort of the unevenness of it. It blends a little nicer, I think. And I have a little bit of transparency set to the aprons so that you can see through, see the markings underneath. Like, you can see this little pad, you can see old lines here, stuff like that. It gives it a little character. A little bit of an alpha channel, I think, is really what it is. Okay, that all lines up. But then this looks like... Okay, so let's... That being said, let's go ahead and adjust these lines now. Let's just let them do what they do, you know? Oh, select the stinking line. There we go. And then node. So these painted lines are just ever so slightly thinner or wider than the lines on the actual underlying map here. So we have to work a little harder to line them up properly. There's definitely a proximity thing going on here with the runway. All right, so those meet nicely. Some things are just not going to be able to fix here. All right, that looks fine. I don't know what to make of this. It's just the simulator likes to embed lights. But apparently there's like always a couple stragglers. I don't know what's going on with that, what logic works to that, if I can even fix that. I doubt that I can, so some things will just not be fixed. Problem. There we go. How long does it take to show the like? There's a button in settings and controls that I think is supposed to level this out automatically for you. There we go. What do we think, guys? I think that looks better. We have a threshold line there. Extended the blast pad to meet the end of the pavement, which kind of looks a little off, but oh well. I have to create the blast pads here. This is such like minutia, and I'm really getting into the weeds with this stuff, but oh well. Alright, I already built the blast pad on this side. So now we just need threshold lines, and you can see everything kind of lines up nicely here already. Got this apron, goes to the end, like that. There's no apron on the other side. There's no shoulder on the other side that goes all the way to the end. Maybe there will be when they're done with the runway project, but as of right now, there's nothing. So let's do some more of these lines. Let's go scenery, back to painted lines, and I don't want that one. I want wide white. Selected. Keep my eye on what time it is. Add. Control click. Control click. And enter. Alright, so let's try to get right on top of it here. I'm going to lock the runway, lock the aprons, so that I don't accidentally click any of them buttons. Very nice. We want to duplicate. Duplicate again. Make the runway invisible. Close enough. Okay. Inspector says that looks very nice. Alright, so we've got thresholds on that runway. Scenery editor, save. Back to inspector just to make sure. See, there's a couple of these lights that stick out when others don't. Don't know what to do about that. It can be time consuming, folks. It might seem like when you see the default stuff that Asoba just sort of AI generates and just throws in there, it is atrocious. So this is a vast improvement over what was there before. Like on this runway over here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The runway didn't even line up in the center of this. The shoulder was like way over here. It was at a different angle than a runway, so it was really thick on this side, thin on this side, and then it got kind of evened out and went the other way over here. It did not line up nicely at all. Now it's like perfectly lining up with the photo scenery underneath, which means the runways are in line with the underlying scenery. That is, I think, really something important here. So I already did these. The blast pads are kind of all one piece. These are all the lines that I made yesterday. All these little yellow tick marks on the side, the hash marks I call them. Alright, so I got runway sitting on top of a really wide apron. That's what I have here. Alright, so let's go ahead and lock up everything under this folder for runway 23 left, so don't accidentally grab any of it. Let's go to 5 left, 23 right. I don't think there's anything wrong with where the runway's placed. There's nothing wrong with the aprons. Okay. Painted lines. Adding a painted line. Wow, that did not go as planned. Alright, adding a painted line. Here we go. And to there. Old Papa Murphy's Pizza giving me a text. Where did my ATC go?
Runway 9 left, Mike 295.
There we go.
508, 9 left, Mike 2, southwest.
There it is.
1491.
It's awfully quiet around here. I think part of the problem with it is that it's a scan, right? It's a scanner, so it's going between different
1289, contact line.
frequencies, and as they go through peaks and valleys kind of in the traffic volume, there are going to be points where there is no traffic on certain frequencies. Some of them might even be closed, you know, the frequencies, that is. So all right, so let's get that back on there and see how we did. Pretty nice. So now I've got to move this one down just a tad. It's very, very close to what the actual surface is.
Alpha 2315, Bernie.
Everything about this runway was constructed better, and a little more squarely, I guess you'd say. Everything seems to line up a lot better on the photo stuff. There we go. We have threshold line. It's so silly that I have to paint these on by hand. It's just, why do I have to do that? You might be asking yourself. I'll show you what it looks like if I don't. So notice how, I'll say this about Flight Sim. This is probably the closest I have seen a simulator. I have to change those. Line up some things, and I'm pretty impressed overall. Let's just get rid of all these lines. Aprons, lines, those go away, and the runway. So this is what we see, right? All of this, Microsoft Flight Simulator does a great job of making all of this stuff line up. It's correct, I guess you'd say. You know, so if I bring it all back, it looks very similar. Like, I turn it on, turn it off, the line markings are all like basically exactly the same, except when I select the runway and it says, oh, this is all the stuff you want, markings. Okay, do I want threshold markings? So that's the threshold markings. These are threshold markings, right? What is it? Primary and close of max, primary and secondary. No errors. Bobbity 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 boop. So it does not, by default.
And ever 5139 on now the running from the 8 right, 6 on now the running, 8 right, clear for takeoff. Ever 5139. Southwest 6650 on a tower, 8 right, minus 08.
Interesting. 12 centimeters. How big is 12 centimeters? Not big enough. Okay. What was I doing? This thick line at the end.
Atlanta Tower, runway 8 left, wind 1008, clear to land. 34. Delta 1111, contact departure today. Delta 1111, going to departure, see ya.
Short 9 left, Delta 2315.
1731, Atlanta Tower, we now left Mike 2, line up wait.
Delta 1731, line up and wait, 9 left, Mike 2.
Delta 570, contact departure.
Delta 570, get it.
Delta 1389, all the way down at the approach end, crossway 9 left, on Lima, ground point 75.
Hmm.
Cross 9 left, join Lima, ground point 75.
Well, now I don't remember.
For 5139, contact departure today. 969 on out of Herschel, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
Delta 969.
55, line of tower, runway 8 right, line of 48. Left Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
Now I don't remember.
9 left Mike 2 on after lightest.
1276, line of tower, 9 left Mike 2, line of 48.
Line of point 9 left Mike 2, Delta 1276. Delta 2839, Bernie for the visual 9 right.
2039, line of tower, 1006, 9 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 9 right, Delta 2839.
All right. Well, I think there just wasn't any lines.
Departure, good day.
We wanted the threshold markings, but it just didn't put a line on.
455 on now the running from 8 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Delta 455.
Southwest 6650, connect Park, good day.
Departure, good day, Southwest 6650.
Delta 1677, line of tower, runway 8 right, line of
Yeah.
48.
So if you put a blast pad or something like that on,
1677.
that's when it applied it. That's right.
Delta 2315, down at Papa, cross runway 9 left on Lima, ground point 75.
So if I said like I wanted a 45-meter blast pad, that's when it put the line on, and it adds it onto the end. So obviously there's a blast pad there.
1731, contact at 9 on the bar.
But yeah, that wasn't the desired effect, so I just took it off. Said I'll paint these sting lines myself.
1677 on now
Because
the
if I
Herschel,
shorten the
runway 8 right,
runway
clear
to
for
put the blast pad in the right spot, all the rest of these lines moved and it didn't line up with the runway anymore. So I think everybody kind of understands that. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Visual 8 left.
And there was 5214, line of tower, runway 8 right, line of 48.
8 right, line of point 5214.
Southwest 2424, line of tower, runway 8 left, wind 0905.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Clear land 8 left, Southwest 2424.
969, connect Park, good day.
Take care, Delta 969. Delta 2209, clear for takeoff, 9 left Mike 2 on F grid.
2462, line of tower, 9 left Mike 2, line of point to station.
So now I've got to work on these again. So we're gonna lock the runway, lock the aprons.
Take off.
There we go.
Take off in there 5214.
Just adjust these a little bit.
55, connect Park, good day. Delta 863, hold short of runway 8 right at Bravo 10.
Short at 8 right, Bravo 10, Delta 863.
The 839, join the Papa loop, hold short, runway 9 left.
9 left, Delta 2839.
All right, there we go.
2634 at Delta.
Lines up
cross
nicely with
runway
the end of the
right,
runway.
contact ground point 9.
Point 9, Delta 2634.
863, Bravo 10, cross runway 8 right, join Echo, contact ground point 9.
I got to figure out what that button is.
Okay, clear across Bravo 10, or clear across 8 right, Bravo 10.
Threshold
Echo.
markings are there. So yeah, like I said, Flight Sim does a much better job of
Have a great day, Delta
X-Plane especially, of making sure that all lines up. So kudos to them for that. All right, let's see. Thresholds. I'm just checking to make sure I've got all the thresholds done. Threshold.
Delta 858.
Threshold.
5062, 1080.
Threshold. All right, 6 thresholds. Save.
Five 15 on out of Herschel, runway 8 right, clear take off. 858 on out lightest, runway 9 left, Mike 2, clear.
I'm gonna have to kind of watch some video, I think, and remember how to curve these.
858.
Delta 5448 on out of town, runway 9 left, Mike 2, line of sight.
10 left at Mike 2, line of wind over 5448.
5214, connect Park, good day.
This is the next part.
Short of runway 8 right at Delta.
short 8 right, Delta Southwest 2424.
It's the next step.
Tower Delta 1519, still 8 left.
The thing I like here is there's no real,
Delta
there
1519.
isn't really a, like a direction to these textures. There isn't a grain that goes one direction. Don't think that's quite the case for, like, these blast pads have a definite direction to them. The asphalt goes in one direction only, really.
75448 on that bridge, my 9 left, my 2, clear takeoff.
Mike 2, clear takeoff, Sierra 5448.
I have blast pads to create still.
My 9 left, my 2, not a plane.
MSF Mike 2, medical right here.
Oh yeah, I gotta do these, I guess. Well, let's.
Good morning, Delta 2039 is your approach.
I guess let's do those.
On Lima, ground 175.
See all the cracks that are in this. Definitely want to make sure we keep the characteristics of those cracks,
Joint Foxtrot, ground point 9 Southwest 2424.
as well as these lines. Actually, it almost doesn't look that bad as is.
5044 on our lighters, my 9 left, my 2, clear takeoff. Delta 592 on our tower, my 9 left, my 2, not a plane.
9 left, Mike 2, line up point Delta 592.
Delta 858, contact on the point.
Switch in 858, good day.
See you.
Delta 596 with you over Bernie.
Delta 596 on our tower, number 1 for the runway, 10705, my 9 right to the land.
Little in 9 right, Delta 596.
Delta 5062, exit here on the Papa loop, hold short of my 9 left. On the Papa loop, hold short of 9 left, and Delta 5062.
So, main light windsock, lighted windsock is right, supposed to be right there. Right there in the middle of that. I love how that sticks out. I don't have to try to make this circle, which in X-Plane was easy to do, and I don't know if it'll be that easy to do in here. Flight sim. See how steep of a taxiway this becomes. Terraforming. I'm probably going to have to do some terraforming in this. Hope it doesn't mess all this work I've done up. I think I've kind of figured out a method using Google Earth to kind of measure the heights and everything to try to get them kind of similar. To get the contour of the runways accurate and the terrain and around them.
8 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 137.
I want to try to get this hill up here kind of accurate. This is all gone, right? This highway part. So I can get the radar tower. Well, where are we going? Why is it still? Why is it running on me? There we go. Every time I let go of a key, it just kept going. Or where the heck was it? So I've said before, this highway you can see is kind of, it splits off and goes this way now. But still old photos. I've lamented that before. So here's the radar antenna. I want to try to get that hill looking higher, because it is higher, and get a radar on top. If there's got to be a radar object model somewhere. Definitely got to get this placed in the right spot. It's supposed to go right there. Not there. There. And it's so it doesn't they so don't look like this. Oh, got a crying kid. I think it's about time to call it quits for the day.
Approach in, cross 9er left, Lima, ground point 75, there for the
596, turn right on November, hold short of 9 left on November 13.
November, hold short, 9 left, November 13, Delta 596. Tower 3085 over Shell.
Tower 3085 on the tower, 8 left, wind 0606 to the land.
8 left to the land, Tower 3085.
Delta 899 at Bravo 10, cross from 8 right, join Echo, contact ground point 9.
Bravo 10, 8 right, Echo point 9, Delta 899.
Alright. Let's collapse some of this here.
1091, spot should be 4175.
Lock that runway up. Runways.
75,
Collapse
Delta
now.
10, 91.
1432.
596 traffic, we're holding position.
Alright, so
left
now
cross 9 left, join Lima, ground point 75. You can make that.
up to objects.
596, left turn Juliet, cleared to cross, 9 laps on Juliet.
Apron.
Ground point 75, Delta 9, 596.
Departure flight 807, Atlanta Tower runway 8 left wind, 0507, clear to land.
8 left, that's flight 807.
It's gonna do so sort of a rough design here.
1091.
See, it's got some grain to it and everything that we really don't want.
91.
It has the transparency built in though, which I like.
46, we'll see you.
38, going to Papa Loop, hold short of me 9 left.
Going to Papa Loop, hold short 9 left, Delta 38.
Order 1089, on that grid, 29 left,
Okay.
2, clear takeoff.
So I want it to match
W520, Atlanta Tower, 9 left, Mike 2.
material that we had for this one over here.
9 left, Mike 2, line of await. JetBlue 520.
So we'll unlock, what is that, 5 left.
At Bernie.
Aprons.
Clear land on 9 right, up 2405.
Taxi tarmac. Okay.
Ahead, 40 knots faster. Clear winds 252 are now
Select
the
this
running,
one.
right, so take off.
Super takeoff, edge right, on our Ronnie, clear winds 252.
United 2219, Atlanta Tower runway 8 right, line up away, trust will be downfield.
8 right, lap away, United 2219.
Left. At Mike 2, line up away, flight to base, plate.
That Mike 2, line up and wait, booster 5133.
Atlanta Tower runway 8 left wind, 0506, clear lane.
Alright, trying to remember. There's a material editor, that's what I want. Okay.
2151 at Delta, cross runway 8 right, join Foxtrot, contact ground point 9.
Delta 2151.
There we go.
1091, contact Sparks today.
1091, take care.
Now, what have I been using for opacity?
1089, contact Atlanta to point.
Arch taking Delta at
1418 Atlanta Tower, 10505, way 9 right to the land.
clear line on your right, Delta 14.
2362, you're almost 2 miles in trail of that RJ, 20 knots faster. If you can, reduce to approach speed.
We're at approach speed, that was 2362.
United 2219, are now the Ronnie, runway 8 right, for takeoff. RNF Ronnie, clear for takeoff 8 right, United 2219.
Let's just unlock all of these runways, I suppose.
Southwest 3085, hold short of Bravo.
Alright, capacity was 205 on that one, so let's do the same on this one.
Bravo 7, hold short of Bravo 7.
Hold short of Bravo 7.
There we go, so I'm at 205.
252, contact Sparks today.
Arch good day, clear winds 252.
There we go. Still shows the cracks.
Delta 2150, line of time, way 9 left, Mike 2, line of way.
9 left, Mike 2, line of way, Delta 2150.
W520, contact Atlanta.
It's been a while since I worked on these. That's why I'm sort of like, I don't know
Delta 1420, about 5 miles.
where to click to do these things.
Delta 1420, line of tower, runway 8 left, wind 0505 to the lane.
Clear line 8 left, Delta 1420.
Thank you. Frontier flight 807.
I like
right, hold
that.
short on the 8 right at Delta.
I like that. Okay.
Hold short 8 right at Delta, frontier 807.
Alrighty. So 5 left, 2 3 right. Close that up. 432. That's good. Apron is on its own.
1, approach in, cross from the 8 left, opposite hangar.
Lock. 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 Oh, unlock that. Group. Rename aprons.
2219, contact Sparks today.
There, Delta 535, visual 8 left.
Save.
8 left, 535.
Skywest 3085 at Delta, crossway 8 right, join Foxtrot, ground point 9.
Join Foxtrot, ground point 9, or Skywest 3085.
Delta 2362, turn right on Bravo.
Right on Bravo, Delta 2362.
J807 at Delta, crossway 8 right, join Foxtrot, ground point 9.
Delta 2150, RNAV grid, turbo 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
RNAV grids, 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff, Delta 2150.
Delta 2664, Roman 9 left, Mike 2, line up weight.
Line up weight, 9 left, Mike 2, Delta 2664.
Delta 1418, left turn November, taxi to the Papa Loop.
Left November, Papa Loop, Delta 1418.
Right, join Fox, point 9, Delta 2662.
On a tower, Delta 71 heavy, shell 8 left.
Delta 71 heavy, Atlanta Tower, runway 8 left, middle.
Clear to land 8 left, Delta 71 heavy.
Nice.
1420, turn right on Bravo.
Delta 2664, and have the grid, turbo 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
Delta 2664, RNAV grid, 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
Frontier 234, Roman 9 left, Mike 2, line up weight.
Line up and wait. 9 left, Mike 2, Frontier Flight 2384.
Delta 2150, going to departure, good day.
Parcel 2150, see you.
Delta 2506, left turn, taxi to the Papa Loop.
Left turn, Papa Loop, Delta 2506.
Delta 2405 at Papa, cross runway 9 left, go in Lima, ground point 75.
Papa cross 9 left, link point 75, Delta 2405, see you later.
Brent, let up and wait, number 4667.
Delta 5232, Atlantic Tower, wind 1405, runway 9 right.
This is how the sim is kind of unrealistic. I shouldn't be able to see these lights from here. I shouldn't be able to see these lights from here. Like, flying into this airport at night, it is incredibly hard to see this runway because it's just not that bright. But it's always like lights are always on full bright in this sim.
On 35, turn right on Bravo, hold short, runway 8 right at Delta.
535.
Delta 2664, going to departure, we'll see you.
2664, here.
RNAV Herschel, 8 right, let's take off.
Alright, join November at Kilo, clear across 9 left, Delta 2287.
Frontier, Delta 1418 at Papa, cross 9 left, go in Lima, ground point 75.
Delta 1418, crosses 9 left is Papa.
Alright, so changing the lights back and forth, high intensity, medium intensity, low intensity, does nothing.
W3969 left, Mike 2, line up weight, traffic is downfield.
I mean, they're high intensity lights. They have 5 steps. That's what that means. 5-step lights. Doesn't make anything difference.
Papa cross 9 left, ground point 75, Delta 2506. Hey, right, Fox 29, Delta 535.
71 heavy, turn right on Bravo.
Right turn on Bravo, Delta 71 heavy.
She doesn't have. This looks ridiculous.
96.
There, 5232, hold short of runway 9 left at Sierra.
Runway 8 left, middle end. Delta 71 heavy at Delta, cross runway 8 right, join Fox,
Okay, Delta, cross 8 right, join Foxtrot, over to ground, Delta 71 Heavy.
Delta 71 Heavy, you want to ramp 9, cross runway 8 right at Delta, and then southbound ramp tower.
Alright, cross the Delta over to ramp tower, Delta 71 Heavy.
I still have approach lights to fix here too, apparently.
And Air 5232 Sierra, cross runway, down our left wind, Mike, ground point 75.
Sierra, cross there left, and ground plane 75, over 5232.
There's one more light standard here than what I have. Goes across the street there. And there's no sequence flashing lights. Okay.
Hello, tower, 2963 over shell.
Let's see if I can't fix that.
Third land on 8 left, Delta 2963.
1 Atlanta Tower. Police here, we're on your clear to pass Bravo service area, direct to the police ramp, the winds are 0905, Atlanta altimeter is 3008, ident please. Delta 1214 Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right, line up for wait, traffic will cross now, Phil. Delta 2825, keep moving at Delta, cross runway 8 right, on Foxtrot, ground point 9, traffic will hold in position.
Cross Delta 8 right, Fox, point 9, traffic holding, Delta 2825.
Six, hold short, runway 8 right at Delta. At Delta.
$95 shell.
95 around tower, runway 8 left to the land, wind 0505.
Actually, land 8 left, Delta 8 left.
1214 RNAV Herschel, runway 8 right, just take off.
RNAV Herschel, clear for takeoff, 8 right, Delta 1214.
Delta 508, line up tower, 8 right, line up for wait.
8 right, line up and wait, Delta 508.
Delta 1574, RNAV to Leidos, runway 9 off Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
RNAV for Leidos, 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
Delta 2106 with Delta cross runway 8 right, on Foxtrot, South Carolina.
Delta 2106 Delta, clear to cross, 8 right, join Foxtrot, point 9.
Twenty 2963, hold short, runway 8 right at Delta. 1214, contact departure.
Delta 1214, so long.
Police here 1, the non-observed traffic in the vicinity, radar services termination. Please, the winds are 06 up.
Take your chase over that one.
Delta 508, RNAV Ronnie, runway 8 right, just take off.
RNAV Ronnie, clear for takeoff, 8 right, Delta 508. Delta 53 inside shell.
5053 Atlanta Towers, runway 8 left to the land, winds are 060.
8 left, third land, Delta 53.
So 660 Atlanta Tower, runway 8 right, line up for wait.
668 right, line up wait.
I love how these are all like spot on.
RNAV to grid, runway 9 left at Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
Delta 25 3564.
And there, 4651, runway 9 left at Mike 2, line up and wait.
9 left at Mike 2, line up and wait, Endeavor 4651.
Delta 1574, coming to park. See ya.
1046. We're inside, thank you.
Delta 29, 3 at Delta Cross, 8 right on Fox, Rock, and Midground 29.
At Delta Cross, 8 right, Fox 29, Delta 29.
Delta 895, turn right on Bravo, hold short, runway 8 right at Delta. Delta 895, hold short, runway 8 right at Delta.
Hold short, 8 right at Delta, Delta 895.
Spirit 1436 minus tower, runway 8 left, clear to land.
Good line, 46.
660 RNAV to Herschel, runway 8 right, left take.
Right, takeoff, RNF Herschel.
Delta 508, contact departure, see it.
Pushing departure, good day, Delta 508.
Okay.
Air 1, we're landing assured.
Slowly fixing these items. Let's see. Lights. High, high, high.
Tower, runway 8 right, line up and wait, traffic will cross down field 2.
I don't know what center red means.
8 right, line up and wait, Delta 2567.
Okay. See, we've got floating vehicles, which will need fixed.
There, 4651, RNAV grid, runway 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
Left at Mike 2, clear for takeoff, Endeavor 4651.
Southwest 348, 9 left, Mike 2, line up and wait.
9 left Mike 2, line up and wait, Southwest 348.
So playing with coloration on different pavement options is a pretty cool thing. So you can make it actually kind of really match the real world stuff. Makes it a little more realistic. Makes it a little more seamless of a transition,
48 on up the light.
which I'm all for. So there's that. There is our airport thus far. I know it seems so silly that it's like, hey, all you have is runways. True. And now I have a blast pad on this side that needs to get some paint on top of it. But right now I need to get ready to go. I gotta go vote today and head to work. So it's been fun. Thanks for following along, guys. And let's do it all again soon. See you guys. See you later.